obviously it was a good day to hit, but for your hitters, just what stood out about the best they had overall?
Yeah, I mean, mostly like Walker Buehler's been throwing the ball really well, and again, we've just done a really good job against starting pitchers. Just we made it really hard on him, and he never got comfortable. And in the end, that's the game. A lot of stuff happened late, but what we did against Buehler is what kind of determines the outcome of the game, and we did a great job against a pitcher that's been throwing the ball well.
Say his slug has been on quite an uptick over the past week. Is there anything you're seeing in his capacity you think maybe leading to that?
No, I mean, he's been swinging good. I think he's just in one of those streaks, and you try to make it last as long as you can. But it's I mean, the power that he has when he's in these streaks is, and importantly, we're putting people on base in front of him, and that leads to the big game-changing swings.
How's he doing after taking off the ball?
He's good. He's good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't, we never have it figured out. We never have baseball figured out. I think this tells you that. You think a guy's probably went through the roughest patch of his career, and on the other side of it is the best stretch of his career. You figure it out. I don't think Dansby could explain it to you either. But I think it's the same thing as Seiya. Like now, I think moving forward, Dansby just try to keep it rolling as long as he can, because he's impacting the game. He's impacted so many games the last 10 days in a major way. So it's been great. It's been fun to watch.
How about the birthday boy pitching in really tough conditions there?
Yeah, I mean, we got like what Colin Rea always feels like he delivers. There's just a solid effort. Obviously very, very difficult conditions, wind and heat. So I think 5 innings was, as much as we could have hoped for sure.
And managers don't usually worry about guys getting wins anymore, but in the case of today, it seemed like you liked him to stay in there and get that 5 innings in.
Yeah. No, don't care.
They do though.
Yeah.
Craig, are you just like we're all daily reminders how unique this stadium is? I mean, the ivy and the ball, it feels like every game something's going on.
Yeah. I mean, the conditions the last 3 days are just it's so unique. There's no place else that ever plays like this. Not even close. The ivy. I was telling Ryan Flaherty, it feels like thicker this year almost. Like it's really. I mean, balls are disappearing constantly. When guys run into it, it feels like they almost disappear, right? So this is a unique place.
What was the ruling on the ball that got in the vines in center field? Is that just an automatic once it goes into the vines, an automatic ground rule double?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you knew what they were arguing.
I mean, they might have been able to. I mean, I think they were arguing third base, but I don't think the umpire has discretion on it necessarily.
You have some stretches like this that are successful, especially these last 2 series against teams that are toward the top of the National League. How does that kind of pay off later in the season when you think about?
It doesn't. I mean, honestly, this series. We played a good series. We played a good game today. We've got a much-needed day off that we'll all enjoy, and we have a tough task on Friday. And I don't, and we're playing against really very good major league players, and so there's nothing to carry forward. We got to earn a win on Friday.
Colin, you pitched in the game last year on the 4th when the team hit 8 home runs, and you guys got the win. What is it like pitching on a day like today, and when your offense performs the way it does?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you never know what to expect with the wind blowing out like that and the warm weather. But I think, our guys being the veteran group that we have, just they kind of know, they've been in those games before, so I think that helps kind of their approach and how to attack those games. So it's obviously good as a pitcher because, then you can kind of settle down and go right after the other team.
Colin, there was a time when shortstops didn't hit home runs and drive-in runs like this. I mean, what do you make of Dansby's turnaround?
I mean, it's crazy. It's fun to watch. But at the same time, it's like he's that kind of player. That's kind of who he is. So right now it's kind of coming in bunches for him, but, it just shows the kind of player that he is.
How tough was it pitching today? Wind out, 100 degrees, whatever. How tough was it?
Like I said, it's hard to kind of really know what to expect when you go out there. You're trying to read what they're trying to do to you. And I just felt like we did a good job of mixing spin early in the game. Kind of felt like they came out when we were trying to hit the heater. So I think we just had a good game plan there. And then with the runs scoring on our side, it just kind of gave us a little more freedom to kind of go right after them.
Sounds like the clubhouse singing happy birthday to you. What was that
Yeah.
like?
That was fun. I don't know if I've gotten that before. So I think I pitched one other time on my birthday, but yeah, it's a good day.
Pat Murphy told me over the weekend that his biggest regret in the offseason is not being able to sign you back, pitch for Milwaukee. What does it mean to you to have respect like Counts has for you and the group and guys like Murph? What does that mean to you?
I mean, I think the respect is reciprocated there. I think just mutual respect. It feels good. I just try to be myself every day and be, the best teammate, best person, and, that the group, needs in that moment. But it definitely means a lot coming from those guys for sure.
One of the things we didn't talk about outside, just your guys' ability to get on Walker Buehler and how big of a tone that set for the game as good as he's been pitching lately.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a great pitcher. He's had a lot of success in this league, coming in, throwing the ball really well. I think it's just important for us to be able to kind of, he set a tone early, and obviously just with their bullpen being a little bit thinner, just with the amount of innings they've had to cover recently, it played in our favor. And like I said, just a lot of good at-bats by the guys up and down the lineup consistently today. So that's when we are at our best, and we're just going to continue to work towards that.
Dansby, Craig just said he can't really describe sometimes what happens in baseball. Your hot streak right now. Can you describe what you're going through right now?
No. That's kind of the beauty of it. It's why we keep coming back to this game no matter how tough it may be at times, good or bad, right? Like, you just want to show up every day and give it your best effort. This game seems to reward, doing the right things, and at the end of the day, we're here to win. And whether it's me or, Pete early in the month or any of our other guys that are capable of incredible things, that's what makes a great team great. And we're fortunate to have a team like ours.
Last night you mentioned the RBI stack, and the way they've stacked for you is almost historic. No one's done it really in this 10-game span like you.
Cool. I mean, like I said, I think at the end of the day, the coolest part about it is, like, RBIs help teams win games, right? And, we're doing that really well right now as a group. So whatever it takes for the group to succeed is all that matters to me, and it will continue to be that way until one day they won't let me play this game anymore. So
being down in the 9th spot, how much do you see the guys sending good at bats in front of you, setting the stage for you to get those opportunities for RBI?
Yeah, I mean, I just happen to be the one driving them in, but people are getting on base and scoring runs and doing it unbelievable. Whether it's Nico or Happer or Miggy and Conforto, just like whenever his number's called, he's having good at bats, and so what makes this group dangerous? Like, it can come from anywhere at any time. Guys have a lot of confidence, and we're playing like it. So it's been a team effort, top to bottom, and even for C-Ray to give us the innings he did today, and Wicks to be able to come in and give us those innings too, is huge. So.
Being a baseball fan first, which I know you are, and going back to the days where you'd watch games with your grandfather, the Cubs and the Braves, David did some research, and it's almost a mile of home runs in the last 2 days. I mean, over 4,800 feet. It's pretty cool, right?
Listen, tell you this, I leave the miles to Mal, okay? That girl runs the miles. I stay away. I try and do 90 feet at a time. Yeah, so I'll leave the miles to her, but yeah, I mean, I'm just, like I said, out there, just the only word that I can really come up with is just gratitude. Just so grateful to be able to play this game, the opportunity to be able to play this game. God's blessed me with ability and just the blessing to be able to be here, and so just going to keep running with that theme.
Dansby, what are you thinking going into that 8th inning at bat? You already have 2. You got a catcher on the mound. Are you thinking third home?
I have not gotten a hit off a position player in ages, so I'll give my best friend from back home. He texted me after. He said he's a great slow pitch softball player, and he was like, "Hey, I can give you some advice if you need it." So maybe his advice worked.
What was the advice?
I'll have to go back through my text and look at it, but yeah, shout out young Mitch.
When was that?
When did we face position play last?
Okay.
In it was against Toronto here a couple weeks ago. So yeah, hey, take all you can get.
Is it harder when they're throwing 60 miles an hour as opposed to 95, 100?
I guess. I mean, apparently it kind of works sometimes, but then I don't know. So I'm not thinking too much right now. So
Talk about being rewarded for hard work. Is it taking you back to just like how emphatically you're being rewarded these days for all the work you've been putting in?
no, I mean for me, I try and turn the page pretty quickly and just understand that tomorrow's going to be a great day to get some rest and to be able to come back Friday and have the same opportunity to continue to put in the work to continue to get better and help this team win.
How much social media do you allow yourself to read things about your team, yourself, anything?
No, I mean, obviously occasionally you see highlights here and there, but I mean, outside voices are outside voices, and good or bad, right? And this group, I think, is so good at being able to just show up and do what it does. And right now we're doing it really well, and we're just going to continue, with that.
Well, this team experienced a game similar to this one last year, but for you, kind of first year playing here as a home player in this ballpark, what are days like today to hit in this ballpark like?
Awesome. I mean, definitely it's great when the ball's jumping, when our guys are hitting the ball in the air, and honestly, I think 23 runs is very impressive. I think almost even more impressive is our pitching staff keeping them to 3, and that's a good team over there. It's a good lineup, and just all around a great day for the Cubs.
What stood out to you as Dansby Swanson has gotten so hot the last couple of weeks?
I got to be honest, Dansby's been the same every single day. He takes it. When he doesn't play well, he definitely takes it really hard, and nobody's more upset than he is. But the guy he is every single day, he's exactly the same. Doesn't change his routine. He's always the same guy, and that's something I can appreciate. I mean, it's something your teammates can really appreciate, is just to be consistent presence. That's what real leaders do. So he's that steady presence for us, and he deserves every bit of what's coming to him, because he works his butt off, and we're stoked for him.
Craig said this ballpark plays unlike any other in the majors. What's just been your take on what it's like to try to get ready for a game where you don't have the winds blowing out, blowing in, hot temps, some cold temps, and what that adjustment is like every week? Yeah,
it definitely is different than anywhere else in the league. The extremes, one way or another. I guess we're aware of what the conditions are going to be like. If it's going to be a game that we're, maybe not stealing as many bases, maybe we're a little bit more conservative. We don't want to give away outs. Maybe it's a small ball game. And it's interesting to be on this side, because those conversations didn't happen quite as much when we came here to play. So I do think it's definitely a home field advantage. Not to mention just the presence of the fans and the atmosphere and everything about it has been really good.
This was a unique day, but what does it say about this lineup guys capable of doing the things that you guys did today?
For sure. You know, it's definitely you had a little bit of everything. You had guys working walks, going deep into counts. Obviously, the slugging was there. There's some some positive just other grindy at bats in there. Just really wearing them down, especially in a game where it's so hot out there. Just leaving them out there for extra time is huge. So just everything about the way that this lineup shows up, it all kind of came to a head today, where the guys were putting the ball in the air and hitting it hard, and had a lot of traffic out there. So it's a good combo for us.